Chivas could break 3 records and make history. Let's talk about that topic. Also, we'll talk a bit about the team's plans for this week, about what's coming up. So stay with me until the end. I'm Jesus Bernal, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you very much for being here with me to talk about the latest regarding the Chivas team. Caliente Mexico, the best way to have fun in Mexican soccer? Just click on the link I leave for you below in the pinned comment and take advantage of the welcome bonus directly to your account so you can use it however you want. You already know on Caliente Mexico, you just click on the link I leave for you below in the pinned comment. And that's it. Without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about Chivas. Well, what a situation for the Guadalajara team, which, due to the good performance they've had during this tournament, there are 3 records that the team can reach or break, and one more, which is individual. But the institution itself would also achieve it. What is the Chivas team about? In the history of the short tournaments, there have actually been good tournaments, but not outstanding ones. The highest number of points that Guadalajara has reached is 34. With 6 matches left, Gabby Milito's team has 30. With 6 matches left, Gabby Milito's team has 30. What does this mean? Well, if they win 2 more matches, they would be breaking the historic points record for Guadalajara in short tournaments, which is 34, with 36. That's it, and it would set a new record for Gabriel Milito, number 2, which goes hand in hand with this one, and is even easier to achieve. Still, the record for most wins by Chivas in a tournament is 10. It makes a lot of sense. If the maximum points are 34, then yes, 10. That makes a lot of sense to me. Wouldn't it be enough to win just one of the 6 games they have left to reach the victory? 11. And I think that most likely Chivas will be around victory. 13 or 14. That would have to be it then. It's the second record they could break. The most wins in a single tournament. And the third one, which might be a little bit harder. It's the record for total points in the history of Liga Mexico. So far, it's 43 by Cruz Azul. 43 by Cruz Azul. Chivas, with 6 games left, is aiming for 48. If Chivas were to win all 6 games, it's a bit more difficult because the margin for error gets smaller. But, well, it's clear that it's an option, a viable alternative in that sense, for Chivas to also reach that number. So, from Milito, they could be historic. And many will say, if they don't win the title, it doesn't count. Well, to be a champion, you have to play like this. Let's see what happens. Oh, and the bonus? The first 2-time top scorer in history today, Armando La Hormiga Gonzalez, is already tied at 10 goals with Joao Pedro Chivas. There's never been a 2-time top scorer before. So that could be an individual award that happens for the first time with the 2-time top scorer. But of course, it will remain in the club's own history. What do you think? How many records do you think Chivas is going to break? This week, it's going to be a different week, a unique week. Federación Internacional de Football Association date, and all the attention will be on the games between Mexico and Portugal, Mexico and Belgium. The playoffs. So, actually, it's very likely that Chivas will go somewhat unnoticed this week. I don't think there will be no news about the herd. It's just that it won't be as relevant because it's the Federación Internacional de Football Association date, and it's the most important one before a World Cup. Anyway, the team's gonna work. They'll probably get a little bit of rest. They're going to work because this weekend they'll be facing Atlas. This weekend they'll be facing Atlas in a match that will be at BMO Stadium, the home of Los Angeles Football Club. First, it will help Chivas get to know the stadium. That's for starters, because they're going to play an X-Cup match there. And second, well, it will allow them to maintain the competition to keep up the pace. Third, it will give Gabby Milito the chance to observe players with an eye on what's coming, which is the playoffs without the national team players. So, there are several reasons why this match is important, which will be next Sunday at 5:30 in the afternoon, Los Angeles time. Thank you. All right, the coach of Las Chivas himself spoke after the press conference about some topics. And one of the most talked about is about Erangel, right? What was said during the penalty? What was that situation like? All right.
Professor Milito, Jesus Hernandez for Guadalajara. Over here, hey, good evening, coach. What do the people in Guadalajara want to know? What did you say to Erangel when he approached you? What words can you share with us? There was a lot of fear and excitement after that saved penalty. Professor Milito, what can you share with us? Thank you and congratulations.
Tala defends a very big goal like Chivas' and he also defends a very big goal like Mexico's. And it was the moment when we needed it the most to get the win, which we deserved. But since this is soccer and sometimes justice doesn't matter, it had to show up. Just give him the confidence, tell him to go with determination, to choose to go with determination and with all the faith in the world, that he was going to save the penalty and that he was going to give us the victory. Or many times the forwards give it to you, other times, and well, the truth is that he went very determined to save the penalty. He was convinced because he said it, and that for a team as important as ours, it's essential to have a goalkeeper who, like today, saves the match, not just 3 points, because it would have been very painful to finish the game with a draw. 33. When we had it completely under control, it was practically in our hands. But football never stops surprising you. Football is very dynamic and you have to play until the end. Matches end when the referee blows the whistle. They never end before that, no matter what the score is.
Well, for now, the Guadalajara team is the overall leader of the competition. Even the result yesterday between Pachuca and Toluca, it benefits them even more because Chivas is starting to mark their territory in this situation. They're starting to secure their spot up there at the top. And now even with matches, let's say, to spare, right? Regarding second place, today Chivas has 30 points. Then comes Cruz Azul with 27 behind them, Toluca with 26, and fourth place is Pumas with 23. So Chivas is very close to securing a spot in the top 3, which would be fantastic before the playoffs. As I said, this weekend is taken up by the Federación Internacional de Football Association international break. Let's see what happens with the Mexican national team and also with the Chivas players who will be participating in this Federación Internacional de Football Association international break. The Mexico versus Portugal match will be on Saturday, March 28th at 7 post-Meridian Central Mexico time. So stay tuned for this match at the Azteca Stadium. Let's hope things go well for them, just like I wanted. A big hug for the match against Portugal and a starting performance from Erangel. All right, we'll end this video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye. Bye.